To all of you watching this episode of Not Too Deep, want to give you a quick caveat. Like last week, we had a hard drive failure and lost some of our footage. And so the first half of this episode, you won't see my camera angle at all, but it'll pop in the second half. Just want to give you guys a heads up that unfortunately you're going to have to look at how beautiful Lyric is for the first half of this episode, which, what a shame for you guys. Enjoy.
Not too deep.
Turn your great idea into a reality with Squarespace. Squarespace makes it easier than ever to launch your passion project, whether you're showcasing your work or selling products of any kind. With beautiful templates and the ability to customize just about anything, you can easily make a beautiful website all on your own. But if you do get stuck, Squarespace's 24/7 award-winning customer support is there to help. So head to squarespace.com/grace for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code GRACE to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Not too deep. Not too deep. With Grace Helbig.
Welcome to another episode of Not Too Deep. I'm very excited because this episode we have the lovely, the funny, the insanely talented Lyric Lewis with us. She's on AP Bio. She's been on Baskets. She's a member of the main company at the Groundlings. She loves Harry Potter and Jurassic Park so much. I had no idea. She is Slytherin though, but she's one of the good ones. We'll hear all about it on this episode of Not Too Deep with Lyric Lewis. Yay! Lyric, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. No, you were just saying that you're about to go back into the second season of AP Bio.
Yes.
And you guys have been off for how long now?
Almost a year.
Almost a year.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's in school terms, you get off for summer break, but this must have, in adult terms, felt like the longest summer break of your lives.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
It was. It left much too much time to get into trouble.
Yeah.
Yes.
As teachers normally do on summer break.
Yes.
But you were saying you and your co-stars are actual friends in real life and you hang out in real life.
Yes.
It's Mary and Jean?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And so they knew each other before.
Yes.
But you went into casting kind of blind, not knowing them at all.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I mean, chemistry is chemistry and it's undeniable when it happens.
We fell in love with each other.
Because it could go either way. So that's a great way.
Exactly. Yeah. We could have been like, I hate you and hate you too. But no, we like right away clicked and just like it fell into each other very easily. And like, we're all improvisers. So we all right away were just improvising with each other and like, but not trying to one up each other and not
it's
trying
supportive.
to. Yes. Not trying to out funny because we're three funny women.
Right.
And it's rare enough to see it on television anyway. So.
No, that must have been the coolest part about working together is that one, you get to be authentically very funny women. And two, you get to be funny women in this kind of role that I think is really fun to explore. It must be fun to play a teacher that gets to be ridiculous.
Yes.
Because I mean, is it weird at all? Do you get like flashbacks at all to any teachers that you had growing up?
You know what? No, I feel like Steph to me is like the teacher that I feel like I wish that I had growing up. Like Steph is like very chill and like she has a dating life or a very sad one, but she dates, you know, and she like is stylish. And I feel like she, you know, also I feel like is a nod to I feel like real teachers that I'm like, they're hot-blooded, red-blooded individuals that they have lives and they are also fashionable and like to have fun. Right. And they also enjoy teaching. And I think that's the fun part about Steph is that she loves teaching. She loves her school. She loves the principal and the kids. And like, she has fun there versus it being like this thing that she has to do. Yeah. So that's what I think is really fun to play her.
No, it's... Yeah, I think you definitely play a character of a teacher that I wish that I had, that had confidence, that had enthusiasm, that had just like a positive aura around them, even in like a bleak small town.
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to me about Groundlings is where you came up through, right?
Yes.
Okay, I went to the People's Improv Theater in New York, so I have no real knowledge of the Groundlings. How was that experience for you, and how did you even get started there?
So how I got started was I feel like the classic like geek story. So I went to Syracuse and I have a BFA in theater from Syracuse because I was like, I'm going to be an actor. Like, I'm going to be a professional actor because I need a degree to do it. Like, I swear I was like, they need to see my piece of paper. And then they're like, no, girl, no one cares what your GPA was in voice verse. But I was like, I'm really good at Shakespeare. No one cares. So I did that. But while I was at Syracuse, and I'd always been kind of funny as a kid. And like, I feel like naturally just like enjoyed making people laugh. But while I was there, and like we would watch Scary Movie, the first one every weekend.
Oh,
why?
really?
I don't know. Like why we weren't like out in the streets. Who knows? Maybe probably was too cold.
Yeah.
Syracuse is very cold.
Beautiful, but freezing.
Freezing one's balls off.
Yeah, because you grew up in New Orleans. Right. I'm from New Jersey, and I went to school in northern New Jersey. So, like, not far from Syracuse. But, yeah, you have full winter. You have to dig your car out.
Yes. So, like, we would watch Scary Movie every weekend. And, like, for some reason, like, I'd grown up watching, like, SNL and then Living Color and Mad TV and all these sketch shows. And I always was like, oh, I'd love to just, you know, make people, you know, laugh and just be funny. And Regina Hall did it for me in Scary Movie, where I feel like she was one of the, and even though I'd seen sketch, I feel like on film, she was one of the, and I don't know why I just remembered this stuck out to me so much. I think it was like the impressionable phase, but I was like, oh, she's funny with like no vanity, but so funny. And after that, I was like, oh, girl, that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
and
it just clicked.
Yes. And so, all of the training in Syracuse is like very like theatrical, like it's like for the stage, and they may have changed the curriculum now, but then I mean we learned how to like do stage combat and like
because I would imagine you're so close to New York that's the like logical next step is like try Broadway. Yeah.
And so I just started doing research as I was like, oh, I want a funny comedic career. Like I was like, I want to be like a funny woman in the streets.
And at that time, it wasn't the trend yet. Women couldn't be funny
like this
much.
was pre-Kristen Wiig and Bridesmaids and everything. But I started researching people that I dug, and like Jennifer Coolidge is someone that I love. And I just her character stuff. Like I'm like, I want to be that. Like I don't care what I look like. I want people to quote me on the street.
Yeah.
And so her and like Sherry O'Terry and even like Kim Wayans and like people like that I feel like really funny. And with the exception of Kim, Sherry, Molly Shannon, Jennifer Coolidge, they all were Groundlings. And so then I was like, okay, like I need to get into this. And like Cheryl Hines, like her, like all of them. So I like did my research and I'm like, okay, Coolidge is a Groundling and O'Terry is a Groundling. And even Will Ferrell, I'm like, okay, he was a Groundling. And Chris Kattan wasn't. So like, and I'm like, who are these people and how can I need to do this training. So after I graduated, I literally just like, my mom lives in Minnesota now, which is also very random. She lives in St. Paul, Minnesota.
She went from New Orleans to Minnesota?
Because we couldn't get enough of the cold weather. Like I was like, please bury me in a snowman. Because I love it. But I went to junior high and high school in Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
Yes, girl.
Interesting.
So I do love cheese curds. If anyone has a great curd recipe, I love a good curd. So I went back to Minnesota and I drove from Minnesota out to LA and I was just like, I'm going to go to this place called the Groundlings and like with everything still in my car, like auditioned.
Like you were the cliche, like packed everything up, came out to Los Angeles.
And started the program. I got in and I was like, great, and like had nothing of like the main company, Sunday company. Like I just was like, I just want to do as much classes as I can do so I can kind of be as good as these people that I think are really funny. And that was it.
That's awesome. Now, how long have you been there?
Total, like I'm in the main company now. So I've been in the main company for like 3 years, but the program took maybe like 6 or 7 years to get through.
That's so nuts. So basically another like master's program that you went through.
I counted it as my graduate school.
Yeah, that's so nuts. But you still perform regularly.
Yes.
Yeah, that must be so fun. I saw that you just had David Tennant in the show with you guys. What was that like?
He was, I mean, and granted, like, and I feel whack. Please, no one come for me.
You know that when someone prefaces something with that.
Do not come for me because, like, granted, like, I know the Doctor Who and, like, Broad Church, but, like, I was like that Potter fan. And so I was just like, like I was that person and I did test into House Slytherin. So because I am a Slytherin at heart, like, I was like, yes, like, yes. I mean, I'm not a Death Eater, but I am a Slytherin. You know, so
I'm a Hufflepuff. So yeah.
And it's a vibe.
It's all fine.
And see, I'm not a Death Eater. So, we get along, we coexist. But then also, I mean, and then from Jessica Jones, like Kilgrave gave me he snatched my life and put it back in my body.
Yeah, that was so insane.
He was amazing. And so just from that, like, and I had no idea he was doing that show until...
Oh, you didn't know?
But I already knew I was doing it. Then I saw the poster and I was like...
Oh, my God.
And he is the nicest, most giving. Like, I mean, just so sweet. And it's just like down to play and do whatever. I mean, he was so nice. Like...
Oh, that's so fun. I mean, that must have been pants-shittingly nervous energy beforehand. But
it was, and he was nervous, which was
really?
so cool. That
that's kind of nice to see when someone is at such a level in your brain that they're like vulnerable in some way. Yeah.
Yes.
Something that I'm a huge fan of is Dr. Alan Grant.
Yeah.
This is your dog.
Yes.
And happy belated birthday. He just turned 2.
Yes, he did.
How did he get this name?
Okay, so the fun thing about me is that I have like top 5 movies. I don't know what the other 4 are, but Jurassic Park is in that. Like I feel like this is another geek answer that like I feel like, how there's films that like directors are like, it made me want to direct.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I was always into science and I still am, but like science and like true crime, like weird sciencey stuff. But I like loved dinosaurs as a kid. So when that came out, I feel like because it looked so good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Phil Tippett and Stan Winston for bringing the animatronics and the dinosaurs, the puppetry to life. But it looked so good that I think I was young enough that I was like, I want my career to be next to them that I'm like, I know they don't exist, but it looks amazing.
Yeah.
And it just like did it for me. So like Dr. Alan Grant's name came from Sam Neill's character, Dr. Alan Grant. I always said if I have a girl, her name would be Dr. Ellie Sattler. And if there's a third dog, Dr. Ian Malcolm, just with his body splayed at all times. Splayed.
That's incredible. What an homage to name your dog. And he is such a total cutie, by the way.
He's great, and I feel like he owns it. Like,
yeah, where did you get him from?
Oh, we found this little family in Burbank that was like, we had some puppies, and so we went to go meet him, and like he was the smallest one, and like his sisters were like running amok, and we were like, we will have him. And then we named him Dr. Grant, and I feel like he owns his name where he's like kind of grouchy, like Dr. Grant was in the movie, but like we'll play when he wants to.
Yeah,
but then
on
like
his terms.
doesn't really want to like see the children, but he'll be around the children, but then he'll get to like the children later.
That's incredible. Has he been to set? Is he a set dog?
He has not been yet. Because
Okay.
CBS is trying to hit on my life. But
yeah.
I told her, I said, y'all gonna get away with this for so long. And one day Alan Grant's gonna roll through and he'll be like, I'm be like, oh, like, I didn't see the sign.
Yeah. Exactly. Only ask for forgiveness. Don't beg for permission.
And there you go.
That's what I've heard. I don't necessarily live my life by that, but working towards it.
We're in a season 2 now. I'm like, I can.
Yeah.
Alan will come.
How has the feedback been for you from season 1? Has family watched it? Have friends watched it?
Yes. It's the thing that's nice about it is that I love that I have friends like large. I'm sure there's some friends that are still like, we've got to tell Lyric nice things. But by large, I feel like they're very honest, and like the honest feedback has been like, yo, this show is like super smart and dark and funny.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's on like NBC, but like it goes there. And I think people were surprised that.
Yeah, because the colors are so bright. It looks like a sitcom. It looks like it should be this like Glee-esque kind of like tie it up with a sweet bow show. And then you realize like, oh, this is very dark.
Yeah. And so
that's fun.
It's been great, which makes me happy because I'm like, yes, now everyone can be just as excited about it as I am.
Yeah. Do you have any indication or have you been told anything about your character in the upcoming season?
I don't. I just know she has more knee-high boots coming.
Oh! Yeah, have you gotten to keep any of your wardrobe?
Oh my God, no. It's like in the trailer. So like, I'm sure if I really was like, please let me wear these Stuart Weitzmans out in the street. Maybe, but I mean, her stuff, like I just came from a fitting today. And so her stuff for season 2 is super cute. We got some bright colors happening.
Yay.
We've got some fall coats. All right. And we've got, like I said, lots of knee highs.
Oh, that's so fun. Do you guys get to improvise on set or do they try to keep it kind of like to the script?
Oh, yes.
You do?
Are. Mm-hmm. And I think because Mike O'Brien, comes from Second City.
Right. And you have Patton Oswalt with you. Like, that must be so fun.
And so fun. And Gene and Mary are also Second City, Chicago. And so
awesome.
with just even the 3 of us together, like we'll do like a clean take or 2 that Mike will be like, okay, like let's get it. But then like after that, he's like, all right, just have fun. And so we just keep it going and just, so and like
awesome.
Patton is there and like, well, Patton, when he is there, he will like listen. And if you've said something funny in between a take, he'll go, oh, don't forget you said that because like that was really funny. And you'll be like, thanks, Patton. Cause I was just flying out of my ass. And Patton's there to be like, no, girl, remember the funny stuff that you said.
Note that. Oh, that's great.
And even Glenn, like, he loves to improvise with us too. So it's, there's definitely a big, just kind of see what we want to say vibe.
That's such a great energy on set too. That makes it much more of a safe space.
Yeah.
Because it can feel like a big production, I'm sure. So like it can be nervous energy sometimes if it's not just like, let's just have fun.
Yeah, and Mike definitely sets the tone and set the tone with that from the beginning.
That's great.
That I think he was just like, let's like make this fun.
Yeah.
And like if we're having fun, it'll come through on camera and then people will enjoy watching it and like want to watch it.
For sure. Okay, let me talk to you about your passion, which I believe is true crimes podcasts. Yeah. From what I've gathered.
I love that.
I've been super into. Serial is the only one that I have not. We were just talking about this before you got here. It's the one I haven't delved into yet.
At all?
At all. I don't know why. I think it's just been like around, so I feel like my wave has passed on like getting into it, but now season 3 is out.
Girl, and no.
Are you into, have you been listening?
Yes.
Of course.
I've been listening to season 3, but you got to go back now because that case.
The first one? Season 1?
Girl, it has a resurgence. Yes. There are things happening with Adnan Syed yes. So like it is never too late. No, if anything, now would be the time because now there's like fresh stuff to read. Yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I got big into Dirty John.
Oh,
that one was insane. And I also like Google image search like what all these people look like.
Me too. I feel really weird when I do
that. I did that. And then I was like, but I did like halfway into the series and I was like, I shouldn't have done this because now I'm picturing these people. Like I'm picturing his like dirty mirror selfie that he takes of himself.
Also Dr. Death.
Oh, I haven't listened to that
They're
one.
the same people that did Dirty John, but Dr. Death is insane.
Oh, what's that one about?
Oh my God. It's about this neurosurgeon, Christopher Dunch. Whatever your name is, Christopher, because you know what you did.
Maybe I've heard about this. Yeah, doesn't he?
He's the neurosurgeon that like botches his surgeries, but like to the point of like removing vertebrae from people, but then sewing them back up and being like, whatever, I did the best that I could do. And it's like, or just don't be a surgeon. And about like the board of health, like in Texas, not stepping in and like removing his license and then being like, well, we'll just refer him to another hospital.
What? That's okay.
Girl,
I have to listen to that one.
It's only 6 parts.
Okay.
They just released the 7th to give us an update.
Oh,
but the main thing is 6 parts in and out.
Oh, okay. Any other recommendations? Any other great ones?
Some of them are dark. Like
hit me with
love
them.
Sword and Scale. Sword and Scale. But that one is dark. Like,
I don't know that one either.
It's the nitty gritty, but it's also so good.
Okay.
So that's another wondery one. Who else? True Crime Obsessed.
Yeah.
This one's like a funny one.
Okay.
Like these two, what is it? Is Jillian Poncevelli and Patrick Hines. So that's
so jingles work. I think we need more jingles on the show.
Yeah, really.
But they literally like watch all these. They do like the Staircase. They did Serial.
The Staircase. Oh, it's nuts.
Season 1, they did like the Galapagos Affair. They do like all these true crime things, but like their banter is just so funny. So it will be something like crazy.
But then they make it lighthearted somehow.
They're so funny that it's lighthearted. And also True Crime Junkie.
Okay.
That one is also a good one.
You just gave me my entire like next month of plans. I appreciate it.
Great.
Okay, what are you watching right now? Do you watch a lot of TV when you're not listening to true crime podcasts?
You know what? It's weird because I feel like I'm one of those people. First, I feel like I'm overwhelmed. Like there's so much between streaming, Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and regular smegula TV where I feel like I watch the same things over and over now because I'm like, I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah,
it's too
so
late.
what do you watch?
I do watch Homicide Hunter.
So we have a genre that you seem to be connected to.
With Lieutenant Joe Kenda. I don't even know if it's on air anymore. Like I found it on Hulu and I'm like, great, I'll solve these crimes. Great. But I feel like I was just watching Castle Rock on Hulu, which is like the Stephen King anthology one.
Okay.
That I need to rewatch. Like, you know those shows that you watched and you're like,
did I pay? What happened? Yeah.
Paid no attention. I like reality a lot. So like,
me too.
The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Nene Leakes, if she ever was in the same room as me, I would lose my goddamn mind.
I mean, like, I love her.
Yeah.
I love her. I love Candy. Like, I love them all.
Candy is the most impressive businesswoman
Hello and goodbye.
Insane. And the fact that she's now married to what was a PA on the show blows my mind.
I mean, Shout out to Todd. Shout out to Todd for securing the bag. And I'm not mad.
No, not at all. Did you watch The Escape? Like it
that
was
little miniseries?
Yeah.
I did not. So I need to go back. How was that?
It was okay. They clearly were testing a miniseries to see if there was anything there. And then she like pulled out of like the actual tour that they were doing. I don't know if they actually did the tour, but it was one long kind of drama drawn out for 4 or 5 episodes, like, whatever it was.
We don't need this.
Candy's a businesswoman, though. I was like, look, she got another miniseries for herself. She was like,
give me that coin. How much is in this bag? Great.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we'll probably talk about more reality TV because it's just opened the floodgates that you guys all know I love talking about so much. Yes. We'll be right back with more Not Too Deep.
Not too deep.
And surprise, surprise.
Guess who's supporting this episode of Not Too Deep? It is, drumroll, Squarespace.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Turn your dream into a reality with Squarespace. They're our buddies. Mm-hmm. They've been sponsoring the show for a long time.
You guys know this by now, but if you don't, you got to know that Squarespace makes it easier than ever to launch your passion project, whether you're looking to start a new business, showcase your work, publish content, sell products, and more. Squarespace is the tool for you.
With beautiful templates created by world-class designers and the ability to customize just about anything with a few clicks, you can easily make a beautiful website all by yourself.
And they have a powerful e-commerce functionality which lets you sell anything online and analytics that help you grow your site in real time.
Everything is optimized for mobile right out of the box, and there's nothing to patch or upgrade ever.
And buying domains is simple, and you'll get the help you need with their 24/7 award-winning customer support.
Squarespace empowers millions of people, from designers to lawyers, artists to gamers, even restaurants and gyms, to turn great ideas into something real, and I am one of those.
Oh!
I don't know if I'm more of a restaurant or a gym.
You're right.
But I do have many Squarespace websites because it's so easy to use.
Go check them out. And while you're at it, go to squarespace.com/grace for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code GRACE to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
That's squarespace.com/grace, offer code GRACE.
Not too deep.
Hey guys, instead of buying new things, head to Poshmark to shop from millions of closets across America.
Listen to this. Poshmark is the easiest way to buy and sell fashion items. You download the free Poshmark app to shop from tons of brands across women's, kids, and men's.
You won't believe the deals you'll find, like Louis Vuitton bags for $300.
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
And shipping is super fast and easy for both the seller and buyer, and is handled all through the Poshmark app.
When you see something that you want, simply make the seller an offer and you can get the item that works at a price for you.
Need to clean out your closet? Listing on Poshmark is easy. Upload pictures of your stuff to the app, set a price, and then ship to the lucky buyer. No more waiting in line at your local thrift store just to leave empty-handed. This is something I do. I'm a full spring cleaning kind of person, but kind of like every 3 months.
Sure.
And so I always wonder, I drop my clothes off for donation, but this is another alternative way to, clean out your closet.
Yeah, you can sell stuff and you can buy cool stuff. There are just as many people out there that, bought that, Gucci sweater that they only wore once. Mm-hmm. Now you can kind of get a good discount on it.
Yeah, today you can get $5 off your first purchase when you enter the invite code Not Too Deep when you sign up.
Just download the Poshmark app, sign up, and enter the code Not Too Deep, all one word, for $5 off your first purchase.
Would you ever be on a reality television show?
You know what? I thought about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if I could be like a housewife of Atlanta, I think that I would want to do it like that, where all I want to do is go and eat small plates. and small plates and have glasses of Pinot Noir and champagne and just do that and
then plan an ultimate friend vacation that's gonna go awry
and just because I feel like I don't think I'm definitely not into drama, but I say what I feel like and what I want.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'd be juicy enough to be on a show where I'd be like, no, you did say that.
Yeah,
you did say that.
Wait, who was the woman that was on Real Housewives of Atlanta that was from Facts of Life?
Oh, Kim Fields.
Yeah, Kim Fields. I feel like she was. They wanted her to be juicy, and she's just a decent person.
She was like, I have children.
Yeah, I'm not going to do this.
I'm not going to argue with you.
And they were like, all right, so we don't have anything with this woman.
Where catch me on the right time of day. I might be like, oh, no, actually, let me pull up these receipts for you.
You recently went to the Beyonce Jay-Z concert.
I did.
How was that?
It was so fun. First of all, I just want to say, when I say that when they were on stage together and he was looking at her like she was in snack, lunch, dinner, biscuit on the side, like I was like, I think everyone was just like, to see them in person, like, I'm like, oh my God, like, ooh, girl. And the way she looked at him, it was so fun. And they were like incredible together. But I was just like, oh, you can feel the love, which I thought was like the way they would just look at each other. I was like, oh my God, they really love each other. Like, you guys, they really love each other.
They can't act this.
This
isn't acting.
And she's incredible. Like, I'd never seen her in person. And when I say a performer, like, I was out of breath watching her at like the intro. Like I was like, whoo, yes. And I mean, she's in boots, heels. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was awesome.
Oh, I feel like Beyonce concerts are like, I went to the VMAs a couple years ago and saw her do like a 12 to 15 minute, like abridged version of Lemonade. And it was like an out of body experience. I can't imagine an entire concert.
I mean.
And with Jay-Z.
It was truly awesome.
Okay, what is your relationship with social media?
My relationship is like, I feel like it's a love-hate.
Yeah.
A love-hate.
I think that's, par for the course. Do you have like a favorite that you look at or that you post to, like Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat,
I feel
Facebook?
like Instagram.
Yeah.
Like I almost like forget about Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and thank God my Twitter is connected to my Instagram. So that way people know that I'm alive.
You're alive.
But like, and even Facebook, like I feel like I don't really think about that, where I think Instagram something is still fun enough about that where I'm like, oh, it's just pictures. And it's like my day, even though now, it's like lyric, it can't just be pictures of like, your foot, like make it count, girl. Make it count.
Yeah, do you feel pressure now that you're on like an NBC show to have like a social media presence and make it, like curate it?
Yes, and it's weird because like, and I think that not like I'm too old for social media, but I feel like when it started, like all of them were just like, just something fun to do.
Yeah.
Where now it's this machine where it's like, oh, I got to think of something clever to say where I'm like, and most days I'm like, or I'm just not thinking of it enough where I'm in front of very cool, visually appealing places and I'll go home and be like, oh, wait, I was just at the Eiffel Tower and I didn't get a picture. Now I'm at my balcony.
Right now, dang it.
Oh, well, I'll take another picture of another can of La Croix and do that.
Do you have anyone that you love following that's like the person you're either like hate following or like genuinely love following? Like I love following Oprah on Instagram because she posts like kind of ridiculous but like well-meaning things. It's a lot of, the new branding of Weight Watchers, how it's changed, but it's really fun.
I love following Will Smith.
Oh, I don't follow him.
He like just got on not that long ago and like, but he's so funny. And like, it's just him being goofy with his kids and like aggravating Jada. And like, they're both still so cute together. But his is one that he does still the inspirational Will Smith thing that he'll come and be like, all right, y'all are worried about the wrong thing. This is what life is. But like something, he's so charismatic that you're like, I could watch you talk all day.
Yeah. And it must be nice because you get that like authentic side of him.
Yeah.
Even though it's still charming Will Smith, it's like, oh, but no one's holding your phone taking videos of you and producing it for you.
Yeah, so he's a fun one.
He's a good one. Okay, I have to like remember that. Do you have a social media like pet peeve?
Oh, girl. I can, and like, I get it, but I don't.
Okay.
But like and I have friends who like, I'm like, okay, after the 20th selfie in the same position of yourself, like we know what you look like.
Yeah.
Or just caption it like, just wanted another picture of myself. Like
just call it out.
I can't stand like the same pose, just a different shirt, but being like, Wednesdays are magic. And when it's not, and it's like, just the same picture 2 days ago, and it was about like Mondays being like awesome. I don't know why, and I'm like, or do it like. But some people, it's literally the same. Angle
over and over and over. I'm with you. Yeah, it's very frustrating. I have to like give myself space from that kind of thing every now and then. What's been like your best or most unique filming experience? Because you were in Baskets, which I love so much. And I think Louis Anderson is one of the greatest female characters on TV.
Yes,
which is weird and crazy to say. But like, what was that experience like?
Amazing. I mean, him and Zach are both so awesome and just giving. But Louis has this like, and I mean, he's done it for so long that he almost had this like sweet fatherly type of big brothery presence on set that me and Hanifa, the girl who plays my sister, like all day, because all of our scenes I think are with him, and like all day he was just like, would you like a smoothie, or would you like just taking care of us and like asking about our careers and giving tips and being like, this
just
is what
like nurturing.
But just so nurturing that like I didn't necessarily expect that from him.
Right, yeah.
But it's amazing. And like, so that I will say is one of the most unique, because in between takes, he's checking in. How are you ladies doing? Do you guys need like just
oh, that's
the best.
So sweet to hear.
He made sure we had almond milk smoothies.
Really?
Yes.
So basically he's just in character the whole time.
Yes. Just the nicest.
That's so fun. Have you had any, I'd love to ask people that, you know, are working in the industry about like their worst auditioning experience, if there's anything that sticks out to you.
There is one.
Okay.
There's one. I won't name the project.
Sure.
But I knew right away when I got the sides, I was like, oh, I don't know if this is for me, but it's with this casting director and she's kind of big, so I won't name her either. But it was for a period piece, I will say that.
Okay.
It was a period piece, and it was just weird because like I was reacting to a lot of emotional things and like jumping at things being thrown at me, but I thought I was reacting. And then out of nowhere, just in it, she threw a box of Kleenex at me, and I was like, and she was like, that was great, good reaction, thanks. And I was like,
wait, she threw an actual box of Kleenex?
Yes. And granted, I was like, oh, I guess it didn't hurt.
But there was no warning before you started your audition that like, we're going to throw actual things at you.
No. And I was like, ma'am. And then she was also like, oh, we went to Syracuse, great. Oh, great. No wonder you can cry on command. And I was like,
oh, God.
I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't ask to come today.
Yeah. Wow.
It
So
was
clearly just shitting on you from the top.
From the top. And I was like, is this weird, tough love?
Yeah.
It was
Is
so
this how
weird.
you show affection, or should I actually leave right now?
It was so weird. But then I was just like, but then like, I guess she's kind of tough like that in general. So I was like, okay, great. She didn't hate me from my inception.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's such an insane process. Do you do anything? Do you have any rituals that you do, or any like calming exercises when you go in for auditions or anything?
You know, I listen to, like I always just listen to like very amped up, like super just like pumped up music. Like that's my like very loud. One of my, even though this is not pumped up, one of my favorites to listen to is the thong song. Because it just gets you like
after all this that degree from Syracuse, and this is your acting.
The thong song. It gets you like just very like, and you like can kind of get loose. And after you do a little thong song dance by yourself in the car, you're ready for whatever.
Oh, God. I mean, you should teach a workshop. I mean, that is a great takeaway.
The thong song. Like, thank you, Cisco, for making the thong song.
Like, it really shaped our generation.
It really did. I don't think I ever wore a thong before. Then after that, girls were like, we have to wear thongs.
It's our currency as women.
Is our thong song.
Oh, I remember watching the whole like MTV behind the music video of that, the making of the music video.
And the fact that it was like glow in the dark. And everybody was like, oh my God, they're glow in the dark bathing suits, thongs.
Oh, incredible.
Oh my God. I got my first thong from Claire's Boutique. Don't worry about that. Shout out to Claire's Boutique for, I don't know why they sold thongs.
I got my ears pierced at Claire's, but I didn't know that they sold thongs.
At the Mall of America store, they sold thongs.
Oh.
And me and my friend bought metallic fatigue print thongs for a house party.
Camo thongs.
They were metallic, don't forget that.
Oh my God. I mean, if you're gonna go into the thong world, go in strong. That's incredible. Wow. You told me, so you moved from New Orleans to Minneapolis?
Yeah, St. Paul.
St. Paul, when you were 12.
Yes.
Which, like you said, is
the worst age to move a child.
Anywhere, let alone from a very cool town to what I can imagine is less cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's like for families.
Yeah, okay.
And it's cold, and New Orleans is not
right
rolling in thunder snow.
Yeah. And then, well, so I've been to the Mall of America a couple times. As an adult, it's very fun. And I still feel like I've only seen 25% of it.
Yeah. I mean, I still love the Mall of America. It's so funny now because I feel like when I first moved from New Orleans, like, of course, I was like in opposition of Minnesota as a state.
Sure.
But now, of course, like, I'm like, I love it. Like, it has this wholesome vibe, but I'm like, I got it. I'm with you. I'm with Aunt Annie's cookies. Yes, I will purchase a tub. But the mall, I mean, I think that the Mall of America made me like have a fondness for just malls for the structure. That's so weird. But not like the shops too. I can like I love walking around a mall and like window shopping. And there's so much at the Mall of America.
Did you work there ever?
I did. I used to work at Express in the Mall of America.
Did?
Yes, we were I think a $2 million store. Or 100 million. One of those extremes. Like I know we were an A store at the Mall of America. Don't worry about us. I was a fashion expert.
Oh, amazing.
At Express at the Mall of America, at MOA.
Oh my God. Express was like a little above my shopping budget when I was in high school. But that's like all the girls that were like upper middle class used to wear Express clothes all the time. Yeah. It was something I idolized. So that's very cool to me. You get that employee discount?
Oh, yes, I did. I got a nice 40% off at Express.
That's amazing. Do you go back to the Mall of America when you go home?
Yes.
Really?
I was just there for my sister's wedding and made a trip to the mall with my nieces and nephews and my mom and my grandma. And we literally went to Legoland, bought him, of course, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Legos.
Yeah, okay. You're as a what I would consider a super fan of Jurassic Park. Yeah. What did you think of the most recent one?
You know what, Fallen Kingdom and Fallen, World and World Fallen Kingdom, I think that they're fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy them. I feel like no one will ever beat one. Like none of them will ever beat one.
Yeah.
And I dare Chris Pratt to argue with me about it. I feel like you just can't top it. And like one had very little CGI. Just like I'm a fan of like seeing it look real and raw. But I think World and Fallen Kingdom are both super fun. And I think that, and I love it because my nephew is so little and like Park is still very scary for him to watch, but he can like handle World and Fallen Kingdom. So I'm like, because he loves dinosaurs too. It's very cute. So I'm like, if me and him can watch these together and like that's how I usher him in and then I slap Park on him. Great. I'll take it.
That's amazing. I mean, you're an educator through and through.
I used to work at the Science Museum in Minnesota. So
really?
I am. Yes. I was a counselor and a camp director for their like summer programs.
Oh, the initiation was that you loved Jurassic Park so much?
Then I like got into it and like, of course, it's like the real sciencey side of it, but like the bones. But then we also did like Harry Potter camps. We went into the science behind Harry Potter.
Whoa.
We like made like, all these potions and stuff. They played Quidditch. We celebrated his birthday. Harry Potter is a Cancer.
Oh, wow.
He's a very emotional young man.
Okay, if you could be cast in, let's say they made more Harry Potters and more Jurassic Worlds, what would you put yourself in as?
Oh, so if it was Jurassic World, now I'm pitching this. Directors, timestamp it, you heard it here first. This is my idea. That I want to come back as Samuel L. Jackson's daughter from the first movie. And I want to be like, And I want to be like, y'all let these velociraptors eat my dad. Okay. We only got a lone cigarette mailed back to us in the States. Okay. And that was it. Maybe the arm. It was the arm and the cigarette. That's all we got because they couldn't even find no more of his body. So I'd be like, the least y'all can do is let me get up here with these dinosaurs and find out who killed my dad. So I would come back as her.
So it's a revenge plot.
It is a revenge. I would come back. I would also come back against Wu because Wu know he has something to do with it. So BD Wong, I'm coming for you as well. And so that's what would be my role in Jurassic World is Samuel L. Jackson's daughter.
I think that's great, and I would fight to see that.
Easy, just incredible. Do it because people love his character.
Oh, so much.
And I would have my own tagline, like he had "Hold on to your butts." I might be like, or not. I don't know, like something.
I mean, the merch sells itself, so I can see this happening.
Come on.
Oh, that is so funny.
So that, and then if it was in Potter, I don't know. I feel like I would want to be a fun teacher. Like,
oh yeah.
I'd be a fun teacher. I feel like I would like to do, I would imagine they would do like, I would like to do like horoscopes. Like the horoscopes and reading of the stars class and just being like, now Harry Potter, Your cancer means that you're very deep and you should watch out for trouble.
I love that. I love that. And they're like, we don't know how she got into this school.
We don't know.
She's not actually on the roster as a teacher.
She's not from London at all.
She's doing this very offensive accent that none of us
We can't place it. We can't place it.
I also would love that. I really can see this in your future and hope this happens for you.
Thank you. Please tell Warner Brothers that I'm available.
Warner Brothers, both the brothers, are
and
huge
Universal.
fans.
Universal for Jurassic. Let me know.
They listen to our podcast on a weekly basis.
Let me know.
We're going to take another quick break. And when we get back, we have internet questions for you, which are always the most fun. So we'll be right back with more Not Too Deep.
Not too deep.
Look, it's tough to make new friends as an adult.
Ugh, tell
I'll
me
be the
about
first
it.
to say it.
Yep.
And I mean, how are you supposed to seek out meaningful platonic relationships as an adult when you spend most of your time behind a desk at a computer, sequestered in the silence of your own home?
Well, guess what? That's where Bumble BFF comes in.
Hey, have you heard of it? While Bumble began as a women-first dating app, it now includes a friend-finding mode called Bumble BFF.
Find a kindred spirit to join you at that yoga workshop or a fellow 90s sitcom fanatic who's down for a Netflix marathon.
No matter your life situation, Bumble BFF helps you create the support system you need.
Expand your crew. Build a crew. Find friends who love the same things you do. Shake up your routine with Bumble BFF.
To use it, download Bumble on iOS or Android and switch to Bumble BFF mode within the app.
Then fill out a profile and let your future besties know what you're all about.
It's super easy to use. I actually used this at VidCon and got to meet a bunch of people that that listened to the podcast and watched the YouTube videos. And so it was really fun. They all got to interact with each other and see each other on the app too. And I think they've since, hopefully, have kept the conversation going.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because it is really difficult. Like I made a lot of friends when I was in college because you're just like forced to hang out with people.
Everyone's like, that's one of your college priorities is find friends.
Right. But now that I am an adult in my own apartment, it's like it's much more tricky.
And no one teaches you how to do it.
Yeah, but now you have an app. So it's perfect.
To learn more, head to bumble.com/not-too-deep. That's bumble.com/not-too-deep.
Not too deep.
Squeezing in time for your family, work, and hitting the gym feels impossible, so something's got to give, and it's probably the gym. But guess what? Body Boss can help. Unlock your dream body with the great 12-week Body Boss workout program. Do it at home in just 24 minutes a day, 3 days a week. You guys know me. I love being in my house. Gyms kind of freak me out because just the social aspect of it all, the dynamics that happen there. But this you can do at home. That's less than 90 minutes a week with no equipment, no subscription. Thanks to the hashtag Boss Effect or excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, you burn fat long after your workout. Plus, with the caring pro coaches and a free Facebook group of supportive, kick-ass women, you are never alone. So try Body Boss with a special offer just for our listeners and get 25% off the fitness guide at bodyboss.com/grace. Order now and get free shipping and a money-back guarantee. This is the best deal ever. Get Body Boss for 25% off at bodyboss.com/grace. 12 weeks from now, you'll thank yourself for starting. That's bodyboss.com/grace. Okay, we're going to get into some internet questions.
Yes.
Before we do, I'm going to ask you the two questions I ask every guest that is on the podcast. And the first is, who, alive or dead, would you most want to throw cold spaghetti at?
Oh, cold spaghetti. Like I'm offended by them.
Well, I mean, it's up for interpretation.
Oh. Cold spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why the first thing that came up was Cleopatra. I have no idea why.
Oh, we haven't had that yet.
Nope, that's a new one.
But I don't even know why.
I would be fascinated to see how that went.
Maybe what she would do. Maybe that's why I'm curious about
Yeah.
it.
I feel like that could go in either direction, either like totally flattered or completely pissed off.
Yes. Maybe she'll like the taste of it.
Yeah. It would be an exotic food to her.
Yeah.
Okay, the other question I ask every guest is to tell us your worst pants shitting story or like close call, but you can only use 3 words or 3 small phrases. So for example, mine is college jogging front lawn.
Okay. Pants shitting or close call.
Or like pissing your pants, just sort of bathroom emergency.
College campus.
Mm-hmm.
Ceramic turtle. Sandbox.
Whoa. What was Syracuse's campus like? That sounds crazy. Well, no follow-up questions. But that paints a very bizarre picture. Okay, let's get into these internet questions.
Yes.
Someone wants to know, how did you decide the number of A's in your Twitter handle? Because your Twitter handle is LYRIC said what?
You know, I think that I did like a comedy rule of threes thing.
Okay.
And so I was like, it can't be 2 or 4. It must be 3.
Yeah, I think that's great. Have you tried to change it to your name, or you just don't, it doesn't even matter?
You know what? I think that when I first got on Twitter, I think someone had Lyric Lewis or like something like that. But I was like, you are not the real one. It is me.
But I feel like Papa NBC can get that changed for you.
That's true. Papa NBC, if you're listening, please change my Twitter. So I haven't. I might do it now, though.
Yeah. Someone wants to know, have you ever been in a teacher's lounge?
Like a real one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. I teach at the Groundlings. I also teach improv. So we have a very swanky teacher's lounge, and I
that's
hang
very
there
nice.
from time to time.
Oh, very cool. Have you now, because of doing an AP bio, do you look at high school any differently?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Teachers go through, I mean, like, I hope this, and this isn't spilling any tea, like this is a fact about like teachers, I guess, but in interviews, Michael Bryan, some teachers say like they never go to the bathroom. So a lot of them have like UTIs.
Oh, dang.
Because they like, and I was like, I never thought about it, but I'm like, I never saw my teachers use the bathroom.
Yeah, when would they have a chance
They
to?
don't until they're off period. And so like, it's something weird that I think back and I'm like, oh my God, like we were just being pure monsters.
Yeah.
And these teachers were like, did not leave their post until they had a free hour.
I've never thought about it like that before.
We don't think of them as like people.
Right. No, that's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a teacher growing up that, or like a favorite teacher, or one that like truly like affected you or like helped shape who you are?
Oh, I had 2. One I helped shape. Her name was Jan Mandel, and she was my theater teacher in high school.
Oh, cool.
And she was one that gave like really encouraged your own creativity, your mind, writing for yourself, and like on an early start on like point of view and like what you think is funny and like.
That's awesome.
So she did that in high school, which was great. And then I had this other lady in 7th grade. Her name was Miss Fitterman, and she taught at Highland Park Junior High. My high school was St. Paul Central, if any of y'all listening. Shout out to the Minutemen. But Miss Fitterman taught Spanish, but she was this tiny woman. She had to be like 4'8" or like 5 feet at the most. So she would get up on a desk and teach us like our directions and everything. And she taught us the alphabet, but with sign language.
Oh, wow.
Also, and it was so like, she was so excited to teach that.
Oh.
I like took Spanish for a while in college too, but she was the main one that I was like, you make languages cool.
Yeah.
So Miss Fitterman.
Oh, that's very cool.
She kind of looked like Miss Frizzle, too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so she stood on her own desk to teach?
Because she was tiny, so she would stand above us and go, a la derecha, a la izquierda. But we like were so into it because we could see her.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
so weird.
Oh, that's so fun. But also, yeah, a teacher that has enthusiasm is infectious.
Yeah.
And it sticks with you, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. Do you speak a lot of Spanish now?
You know, I feel like I speak a lot of Spanglish, you know, from time to time.
Sure, sure.
But I love the language.
It's very cool. I wish I spoke any other language. Someone wants to know your best and worst, or best and least favorite curse word.
Ooh.
Yeah.
My best one. Ooh, I feel like I really like bitch. Bitch is like it's like fun. Like it's still light enough. And like I say it to my friends, I'm like, ooh, bitch. Like, you know, ooh, bitch. So to me, it still is like kind of fun. Yeah. It's not as heavy. My least one, I feel like my least one is probably, it's a tie between, even though I feel like it's kind of a curse word. You see how I whisper that?
Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm with you though. Yeah, it's one I curse a decent amount in my life colloquially, but that's one I'm like, I'm not so into that.
That's one I'm not, or fuck. Like, I don't know why.
Really?
That one also is another one that it's
aggressive.
Like, it's very, where it's not fun.
Right, yeah.
Like, I like the fun ones.
Yeah. The fun ones.
I like the fun curse words.
Kellen Cox tweeted, What are your favorite true crimes podcasts? I meant to text you today, but this feels like a reasonable way to ask you to.
Kellen, how dare you, Kellen? What a way to get yourself onto a podcast.
If you had to rank like your top 3 at the moment, because I know it probably shifts and changes.
At the moment, it would be, I would say, True Crime Junkie.
Okay.
No, Crime Junkie, True Crime Obsessed, and Dr. Death.
Oh, okay.
Tied with Sword and Scale.
Okay.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, you got to have them all. You can't discount any of them. This one might be hard unless this sticks out to you. Someone wants to know, what's the most interesting thing you saw or read this week?
Oh, the most interesting thing that I saw or read this week.
It's tough. I'm trying to think of what my answer would be.
The most interesting thing I saw, well, the most interesting I saw right before I came here, it's fresh in my mind, was that we're now getting presidential texts. So that's very interesting.
Oh, yeah. I haven't even looked completely into this.
I got it.
We just got one today.
We got one today. And so that's why I was
it's
like.
probably on your phone.
I was like, what? So that's
the alert one?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's like.
So it's Trump can just text
us now. Which is very interesting. That I was like, I did not know this was happening. And I was like, what?
Yeah, it looked like an Amber Alert. That's kind of what I wrote it off as.
But everyone got it. Like,
all
at the same time. So like all of our phones went off at the same time.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's very interesting to say the least. So I was like, I need to read up on whatever is happening. So that's the most interesting. It just happened today.
Jeez. I mean, and that's like, I've already am paranoid that we're being looked at and listened to like 24/7. And so now they're just actively presenting themselves inside of our phones.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Fun. Yay. The world is burning. Hooray. Someone wants to know, what's the most ridiculous thing someone tricked you into doing or believing?
No one tricked me into it, but I kind of tricked myself, but my mom snapped me out of it, that I used to think The Onion was a real newspaper.
What?
The Onion?
I did. And I didn't know. And so this was back in like, cut me some slack. Please don't come for me, anybody. This was back in like 06, 07, where I don't know, I'd never heard of it. And so I was teaching a summer camp for the Science Museum. And I was on break. And there was like a full ream of them. Like it looked like a regular newspaper stand. So I grabbed one and I had never heard of it. So I started reading. And I would never forget because it was the title of it was like, man knows his son is gay. He laughs at glitter and moves his butt like the talk of the town. And it was just, and I read the article, but I got so offended. Like I got mad. I was like crying. Like I had like tears. And I was like, this poor child. I called my mom at work and I was like, why did you say that? Like, I'm so mad. And she was like, The Onion is fake. And I was like, what?
How did your mom know?
I don't know because I don't know. This was after I graduated from Syracuse, so I don't know how I missed The Onion like in college when I feel like other people must have known.
That's so funny.
But I was really offended because I was like, this poor child.
But offended so much to the point that you called your mom to complain about it.
I was going to write a letter. Like I was like really mad because I was like, this baby is a baby. Let him explore himself. So shout out to The Onion, some great writing.
I mean, they really package themselves well. Like
they
do. Parody. Yeah, it is. I know. Sometimes I'll look quickly because I follow them on Twitter and I'll like browse through really quickly and see a headline and be like, wait a minute, what? And then I have to check myself that it's the Onion tweeting it. Oh, that's
my God.
so funny. Someone wants to know, what is your go-to snack?
Oh, this is a hard one because I love a good snack. I don't know if I have one go-to. I love Cheez-Its.
Oh, really?
Like the original Cheez-Its. But I'm also into like pickles.
Okay. Are you pregnant?
No. Okay. What if I'm like, this podcast was the reveal.
Hey, we got the exclusive.
So I think like, I don't know if I have a really good...
If you could, let's say hypothetically, you got to create your ideal craft services on set, what would you put on there?
I would have nacho cheese Doritos.
Oh, dang, yes.
Cheez-Its.
Okay.
Some fruits, like some avocado. The
things that you think about eating on set, but you don't really.
A grapefruit. Yogurt.
Okay.
I love yogurt. What else would I have, though? meats.
Yeah, protein.
You know, some protein, maybe some, some salmon.
Yeah.
Some, beef jerkies, pepperonis, chickens.
Pretty chickens. So basically, it's just the entire grocery store,
like a small grocery store. Yeah. But the Trader Joe's Dorito, like tortilla chips, because those are when don't hate on me for this Dorito. When I tell you the Trader Joe's nacho ones are insane, and they're gluten free.
Haven't even tried them. Didn't know. Now I know.
Get on them.
Thank you for that knowledge.
So that's actually my go-to snack: Trader Joe's nacho cheese tortilla chips.
That sounds amazing. Okay, we have one final question for you, and someone wants to know, what would you do if dinosaurs ran amok in LA?
Oh, I would be inside of my apartment. I enjoy them from a distance. I think that they're fascinating, beautiful creatures, but I'm like, I make no mistakes. I like my life. I ain't trying to rub elbows with no dinosaur. I'm not trying to get tore up from the floor up.
That's an extremely fair answer.
Like, I wouldn't be curious. I wouldn't need to do anything but be in my apartment on the 3rd floor unless they figure out elevators. Then I'm good. I guess if it's a Rex, I have an issue.
Yeah.
The sauropods and your plant eaters, I'd be about them. But the meat eaters, oh no. Somebody else can please handle them.
I think that's a very, very fair answer. Lyric, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Before you go completely, the curious, weird, random, singular fortune cookie that was over on that table is for you as a gift for being on the podcast. And you're welcome to open it and read the fortune that's inside.
Let me see. Now I'll have to eat the whole cookie now.
You don't have to. It's not a requirement.
I think that's Oh.
It's fairly long.
It's long. This is a formal shout out to Madewell on my personal behalf for them to sponsor a shopping spree for you as a promoter for whatever. They can make something up. Now we wait. Yes.
Yeah. So you love Madewell.
I love Madewell.
How did this happen? When did this happen?
Truly, the clothes are made well, okay? Truly, I got into them, I want to say like a year ago, not very long ago, but all my girlfriends, I'd be like, that top is so cute, that button up is great. Where you get that from? And they'd be like, Madewell. And I'm like, what is this magical place? Went there, and the jeans are what really got me, because I feel like a lot of people don't make jeans for women's bodies. Hold it in when I've had a couple drinks. Keep it cute, though. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Madewell does that, but their clothes they fit really good. Like on every type of body, they're made well.
How you're not sponsored by Madewell blows my mind at this point.
I don't know, but trust me, I will be there at their store opening on Ventura on October 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. for snacks and a free tote with a purchase, which I will be planning on making. And so at that time, me and Madewell can discuss it, but I'm about their life.
That's incredible.
So hard.
That's incredible.
So I accept this fortune that Madewell will.
I mean, we put it out. We're manifesting it for you.
Thank you.
Lyric, where can people find you online? Where can they see you on stage? Where can they watch you on TV?
Online, you can catch me at Lyric D. Lewis on the gram. Oh, Lord. Small burp. Excuse that, guys. I'm drinking lots of liqueur right now, pamplemousse, so you know how it is. Yes, but Lyric D. Lewis on Instagram. I talk back. I love to do a fun story.
That's great.
Give me suggestions of new flavors of LaCroix to try. I will do it. And also on Twitter, Lyric say, wow, with 3 A's for the comedic timing of it all. I will try to talk back. I will talk back more on the gram, but I will eventually holler back at you on Twitter. And just catch me in the streets. I like Trader Joe's and Madewell. So,
Thank you, Lyric. This was so much fun. Make sure you go check her out. And AP Bio next year. Get ready.
Next year, February. Please be ready.
Mark your calendars.
Hold on to your butts.
Or not. We'll see you guys next time on another episode of Not Too Deep. Goodbye.
Bye.
Too deep, too deep, too deep. Not Too Deep with Grace Helbig.
Not Too Deep is a production of Grace Helbig Incorporated, producer and directed by Jack Ferry.
Producer and editor, Melissa D. Montz.
Writing by Diane Kang. Post-production sound by Chris Henry.
And an extra special thanks to Flula for the theme music.